All right, hello everyone. Movie Albert here, and today is Sunday, and I'm going to come on board and talk about one of my favorite actors, Gene Hackman. Now he passed away, of course, February 18th of this past year. He was born January 30th and passed away February 18th of 2025. Now, Gene Hackman is considered one of the greatest actors of his lifetime or generation. He received two Academy Awards, two British Academy Awards, and four Golden Globe Awards. He's a terrific, terrific actor, and he's always been one of my favorites. And he made so many good movies. A lot of my favorite movies. Let me turn. I got a picture here from you. I want to do this. Here's the boy right there. Now, Hackman started. Excuse me. Hackman stated that he decided to become an actor at the age of 10, if you can believe that. Now, his parents divorced when he was 13, and his father left the family later on. And he left home at the age of 16, and he lied about his age to enlist in the Marine Corps. And here's Gene Hackman in the Marine Corps. Now, he served 4.5 years as a field radio operator. And look at that picture of him. He's like so young. Now, his mom died in a fire she started while smoking, and that wasn't too good. So he's had a pretty rough life in the beginning of his life, Gene Hackman. And so he he began acting at the Pacific Palisades Playhouse. He befriended another actor while he was starting his acting career, Dustin Hoffman. And both of those guys, they moved to New York. And Robert Duvall, Dustin Hoffman, they all shared an apartment together to support himself. He worked at Howard Johnson's restaurant. You might remember Howard Johnson's. And while he was studying to become a better actor, he got various bit roles in TV shows. Like he was in Route 66, Naked City, and the Defenders. He was also in an episode of The Invaders, which I like, called The Spoilers. He did that later on after his movie career. And now he made his acting debut in a movie called Lilith in 1964. I didn't have a picture of that one. Later, he won his first Best Actor award as Popeye Doyle, and in the William Friedkin film, The French Connection. Of course, that's one of everybody's favorites. The French Connection. That's a great movie. That's a movie you can watch over and over again and still enjoy it. I just love that movie. He's such a great actor. And that movie came out in 1971, and I think it won quite a lot of awards. In fact, it was just on television, I believe, on Turner Classic Movies not too long ago. He won an Oscar for I believe he was in Clint Eastwood's, or he was in The Unforgiven in 1992. I think I have a poster for that. So there we go. And that movie came out in 1992, and he was an Oscar nominated playing Buck Barrow, and a great movie. I think one of my favorite Gene Hackman movies was Bonnie and Clyde. That was in 1967. That's a wonderful movie. I remember when that movie came out, I was in high school, and I worked as an usher at a movie theater in my hometown in Wilmington, North Carolina. And a buddy of mine worked at the Manor Theater. I worked at the Bailey, and he worked at the Manor. And he came up to the Bailey one night. He says, "Man, you got to come see Bonnie and Clyde. That is a great movie. The ending is just terrific. Where they get killed at the end and shot up." And so I remember that distinctly. But Bonnie and Clyde was a great movie. I think that's one of everybody's favorites also. Um, let's see here. He was also in a movie. I don't have a scene from it, but he was also in a movie. Never Sang for My Father in 1970. I don't know a whole lot about the movie. I think I've seen it, but I just don't remember a whole lot about it. Um, but but another movie that here we go. Another movie he really did that I liked, and it's probably not to everybody's taste, but it was a terrific movie. Was one called Mississippi Burning. Willem Dafoe's in that with him, and it's a terrific movie. And that movie was, came out in the '90s, and it's just a good movie. If we've never seen it. It's about racism in Mississippi back in the time, and Gene Hackman plays a great supporter of the rights for everybody, and it's got a great cast. It's just really good. I like that movie there a lot. And I was going to show some film clips, but every time I show film clips, I get dinged on YouTube, so I can't show the clips. So I got the posters, and let's see here. I've got a. And of course, she was in the Irwin Allen disaster epic, The Poseidon Adventure, 1972, directed by Ronald Nemi. And of course, we all got tired of that song, didn't we? The morning after, it was played on the radio all the time. It was very popular. It cost about $5 million to make, but that thing grossed back in when it came out in 1972. It grossed $84,563,000, which was a lot of money back in 1972 for movies, because ticket prices back then were not like they are today, where you pay to go to a matinee is like 12 or 13 bucks, but back then it was like maybe $1.50, $2. But anyway, so it made a lot of money. But I like the Poseidon Adventure. I remember waiting in line at the theater to see it because it was just, it came out. They had the Towering Inferno and the Poseidon Adventure. But I love that movie. There, it's really good. And of course, we talked about The French Connection. It came out in 1971, October of that year, directed by William Friedkin. Another movie he did that maybe a lot of people didn't see, the Western Bite the Bullet. Now, this movie came out in 1975, directed by Richard Brooks, and he was also the writer of the movie. I like that movie. I like Westerns, and I like that movie. But there's one thing I didn't like about the movie. I didn't like the way horses were treated in the movie. It was about a race, and it's the horses are put through the test, of this grinding race. That's the only thing I didn't care about the movie, was the treatment of the horses. But it's a well done Western. Don't get me wrong. But you have to be, kind of like, if it doesn't bother you to see horses mistreated. Now, I don't think they're really mistreated in the movie, but it looks like it, and I just don't like that sometimes. Hang on a second. I got some stuff I forgot. Some show and tell stuff I forgot I was going to show you, but anyway, it's a good Western. It's available, I think, if you want to buy the DVD, or I don't know if it's streaming anywhere. But I tell you what, another really good movie that he did. It's one of my favorite. I'm showing all my favorite movies, and he made a lot of great movies. I've just highlighted some of the ones I like. This movie right here, Lucky Lady. I mean, that's really a fun movie. Came out in 1975, directed by Stanley Donen, and excuse me, it's got Gene Hackman, of course, Liza Minnelli, Burt Reynolds. It's about prohibition and the running of booze. And it's just Liza Minnelli is just she steals the show. Robbie Benson's actually in it. He's got a small part in it. He runs the takes care of the ship of the boat that they use to run booze on. But it's just a fun movie. I really like this movie a lot. If you've not seen it, you ought to check it out. Lucky Lady, man, what a good movie. Now, I talked about Mississippi Burning. I was going to show you if I can do that. Let me come back up here and let's see on my camera here. Okay, I have the DVD of Mississippi Burning. Now, this is an older version, but it's I've had this for a long time. There you go. It's really good. I remember seeing that in the theater when it came out, and then we talked about the Poseidon Adventure. And I have that one too. There we go. Yeah. Let's see. It's got a little booklet on the inside. You know, a lot of people that are physical media collectors, they will upgrade from, say an early DVD to a Blu-ray or something like that. I will do that occasionally, but I don't know. The DVD is just fine for me. I really don't care if it looks good on my screen downstairs. I mean, I'm okay with it. So it's really good. And let's see here. The other. Hang on a second. Well, here's the Lucky Lady one. Look at that. This is a great looking DVD. It's such a fun movie, and it's shot kind of weird. It's got like to make it look like Prohibition back when they were running booze. It's got kind of a soft focus look on it. So you have to get used to that, but it tries to recreate the time period. There you go. Burt Reynolds is so funny in it. I mean, it's funny because Gene Hackman's character and Burt Reynolds' character, they both like Liza Minnelli, and they kind of like play off each other with her, but she's funny. Here's the back of it right there. It's just a fun movie. It really is. I like it a lot. And let's see what other one I got here. Hang on a second. That's yours. Now, a war movie that he did that I just thought is a great thriller, Crimson Tide. I think that was one of everybody's favorites. It's I got a poster for it, but there it is. It's just the DVD, nothing extra on the inside, but what a great movie. Gene Hackman's great in it. Of course, Gene Hackman's great in everything. I got a poster for that. Let me see. Crimson Tide. There we are. Great war movie. It's a submarine movie. That's what I like about it. I like submarine movies anyway. And then Denzel Washington. He's another one of my favorite actors. He is just so good in that. And Gene Hackman's all about launching the nuclear missiles in it. But Denzel Washington is he's up under Gene Hackman. And basically he doesn't want to launch the missiles until they know for sure that's what they need to do. But Gene Hackman wants to go ahead and do it. In other words, and then Denzel Washington sort of like takes command, and they lock Gene Hackman away. But it's really a taunt thriller. It's just so good. Yeah, I like that movie a lot. Another movie he did that I wasn't real crazy about for some reason, Francis Ford Coppola did it, uh, was The Conversation. Um, I had a 16 millimeter print of this movie a long time ago. I liked the movie, but I didn't love the movie. It was okay, and but it's all the major critics love this movie. Uh, so yeah, it's just really, like I said, it's not, it's a real talkie, and it's, you have to watch it closely to really figure out what's going on. Uh, but Gene Hackman's, of course, is terrific in it. He's just so good. The Conversation. I think Criterion has come out with a 4K restoration of that movie. I do believe. I don't quote me on that. And but my DVD is fine. Now, another movie is probably not one of everybody's favorites, but just like, I love this movie. It's a Wes Anderson movie. You've got to be a Wes Anderson fan. If you not, then you wouldn't like this movie. But Gene Hackman's terrific in it. It's got a great cast. This movie came out, The Royal Tenenbaums, in 2002. And it cost about 21 million to make it. Gross 71 million, so it got its money. But it's just a fun movie and a great cast. I mean, it's got just some great people in it. It's got Danny Glover's in it, Gene Hackman, of course, Angelica Houston, Bill Murray, Gwyneth Paltrow, Ben Stiller, Luke Wilson, Owen Wilson. Yeah, it's a Wes Anderson movie, so you better consider that. Of course, his current movie, I think, is streaming now. The Venetian Scheme. I haven't seen that, but I did see it in the theater, so I'll probably watch it when it streams. Here is we got the. Now this is I didn't pay $12.99 for it. This was remember when Blockbuster used to sell previously viewed DVDs and Blu-rays. I think I paid $4 or $5 for this, but there's the DVD, and it comes in a little. If I can, it's really kind of cool. It's like a book. If I can, here we go. Be taken out. Let's see. There you go. It's quirky. And it's got this is the Criterion, and it's got a booklet in it, and it's got the DVD, and it's got let's see, it's got a supplemental disc too, with the movie, and it's got these cool little books with it. That's one thing I like about Criterion. They go out and they do all kinds of cool stuff with their releases, and this is a cool book. I mean, I really do like it. So it's basically the story. He is the husband of Angelica Houston, and he's kind of wasted his career away, and so they split up, but he wants to come back home. And basically what he does, he tells Angelica Houston that he's dying. He's not going to live very long. And so she takes him back in, and Ben Stiller plays his son. And they don't get along. They don't like him at all, really. And so, but he fakes it that he's sick and he's dying. And so they take him back in. And Luke Wilson and Owen Wilson, and they're all, that's their family. And so but then they find out that he's really not sick and he's really not dying, so they kick him out. It's just a great fun movie. You should check it out if you like Wes Anderson. If you don't like Wes Anderson, you might not care for it, but I like quirky, oddball movies anyway. Um, I had one more thing I wanted to show. Hang on a second. I got it back over here. I showed you. A second. This is here's an original half sheet poster from the French Connection. Can you see there? There we go. There we go. Yeah. I've had this poster, I think, since the movie came out because I used to work in the theater business. But that's the original half sheet, 22 by 28 for the French Connection. Uh, so yeah, show you that. Let's just see. Don't think anybody sees. But anyway, that's some of my show and tell stuff on Gene Hackman. I do wish I could show video clips, but it just doesn't. You know, the bots over there, YouTube and stuff, just don't care for it. So can't do that. Um, let's see what else. I think I've covered most of the movies that he did that I really liked. Um, Now later on in his career, in addition to being a terrific actor in movies, he appeared on television shows. Like I told you, he was on. He did one episode of The Invaders. It's called The Spoilers. But he was on the Food Network one time with Diners, Drive-ins, and Dives. I used to love to watch that show. It made me hungry when I watched it, though. With Guy Pearce, and when he was in Santa Fe, New Mexico, Guy Pearce was there at a restaurant, and he was on the show. And in 2009, the sort of the straw that broke the camel's back, so to speak, was actually a stress test, and the doctors told him that his heart was not in the best of conditions, um, and not to put a lot of stress on his heart working and stuff like that. Just later on in his career, and they asked Gene Hackman one time in an interview if he would come out of retirement to do a movie. And it's funny, he said he might consider it if they did it in my house. So there you go. Gene Hackman was a great actor. And some personal stuff on Gene Hackman. He was a supporter of the Democratic Party and was proud to be on Nixon's enemy list. Remember when Nixon had his enemies list? And however, he spoke fondly of Ronald Reagan. He liked Ronald Reagan. I guess it was because he was an actor. But Gene Hackman, he was, it seems like we're losing so many really good actors. Well, for me, the ones that I grew up watching, because I've been a movie fan forever since I had my first job at the Bailey Theater in my hometown of Wilmington. And I love going to the movies. And so that's why, I have a lot of favorite actors. Robert Redford's a favorite actor. Gene Hackman, of course. I mean, and I know a lot of people don't like Jane Fonda, but I think she's a terrific actress. I think she's made some great movies. But, I don't look at people on their political side. If I don't care what party they're with. If I like them in a movie, I like them. I just did. If they do it, it's just like Alec Baldwin. Now a lot of people don't like him, and I understand that. And but I'm going to talk about it one day. I bought the Blu-ray of Rust. We all know about that movie and what happened in 2021 when the gun went off and killed the cinematographer. Well, they finished the movie, and it got a limited release in theaters. Not many theaters picked it up, but I pre-ordered the Blu-ray back in June, last of May, 1st of June, from Amazon, and I got it, and I watched it not long ago, and I'm going to do a review on it here one day, but I must say, Rust is a great Western. It is, regardless of what happened, it's just a great movie. I thoroughly enjoyed that movie. It's beautifully shot. It's well acted. And Gene Hack, oh, excuse, but Alec Baldwin is really good in it. It's basically the story. His last name is Rust, and this young boy who's trying to basically raise his little brother because his parents are deceased. This is back in 1890 in the West, of course. He's raising, chickens and pigs and that sort of stuff. And he's had this coyote that's been attacking his chickens and stuff. So he goes out one day. This is the 13-year-old boy, and he tries to shoot the coyote. But what happens is there's a man on a horse, and basically he shoots and kills the man. It's an accident, but they arrest the kid and lock him up, and they give him a trial, and then they're going to hang the kid, because he killed a guy, and they were just going to hang the poor kid. Well, one night, Alec Baldwin's character Rust, he comes in and kills the two jailers and kidnaps the boy, and the boy doesn't know who this guy is. And he says, "Come with me," and he says, "I'm not coming with you. I don't know who you are." Anyway, he takes the boy, and they're on the run. And I won't give any spoilers, but basically, it turns out that Rust is his grandfather. And he's trying to save him from being hung, so he kidnaps him, and he's going to take him to Mexico. And then you have these ragtag bounty hunters after both of them, and that's the whole movie. The premise of the movie is they're traveling across country to go to Mexico, and I won't give any more away, but it's a great Western. It's really good. Despite Alec Baldwin's downfall and failures in life, he's a good actor. Of all the Baldwin boys, he's the one that's really talented. He's a great actor. I have to tell you, you can't, So that's basically it with Gene Hackman. He's a great actor. And before I get out of here, I just want to talk about that. But before I get out of here, I want to tell you about a book that's out. I like movies I like foreign films. I like underground movies. I like Hollywood movies. Like I saw Weapons, and that's the movie that's been out a couple of weeks. And I went and saw Weapons. And let me tell you, it's a great horror thriller. That movie pulled me in, and I didn't look at my phone. I didn't look at anything. Had my eyes right there on the screen. I watched the whole movie with intent, and it's so good. It's 2+ hours, but it just flows. It's just a great story, and it's the kind of movie, Weapons, that you'll think about way after you watch it. It's completely different. I'll do a review on it, but Weapons is a wonderful movie. Anyway, the book that I bought is TCM Imports, written by Alicia Malone. She's a host on Turner Classic Movies, and this is a wonderful book. And she has the title. You can't really see it, but the titles of it. But it's just it's an in-depth story of some really good movies that you can see on Turner Classic Movies on their TCM Imports, and that comes on late at night, like at 2 a.m. But you can always record it. That's what I do. It's just a really great read. Really good. So if you want a book about timeless favorites and really kind of hidden gems, stuff that you don't normally see, this is a great book. It's got great in-depth stories about the film and the how it got made, who's in them, of course, and then and it's divided up. It's got movies that you'll watch in the fall. It's got movies that kind of relate to that time period, like in the fall. Then you got winter, and then you got spring and summer, of course, and it divides it up in those categories. So If you want to watch a good movie that say takes place in the wintertime, it lists those movies. My phone's going off. How about that? But anyway, this is really a good book. I highly recommend it by Alicia Malone of Turner Classic Movies, TCM Imports. There we go. And it's just well done. It's just a good book. All right, that is about it for now. Oh, something else I'll show you. I forgot I had this, and this is really. I was going through some stuff, trying to get rid of stuff, and I found this CD, and this is really a great CD. Look at that. It's the 75th anniversary of Warner Brothers Music, and it's in a nice. And I forgot that I had this. And it's nice felt. Look at that. And it's got all the classic Warner Brother movies themes. And I honestly forgot that I had this. And I've been listening to it. It's just really good. Let's see. And it's got the, of course, Water Tower music. There's the Water Tower, Warner Brothers. I've seen that. I've been to Warner Brothers before, there in Burbank. But anyway, I just have to show that. I wanted to show it. It's really good. See, back over there. Anyway, that's it. I just wanted to come in and talk about Gene Hackman, my one of my favorite actors that passed away in February of this year, and he'll be missed. But we've got his movies to look at, don't we? And to watch over and over again. So anyway, thanks for watching. I'll try to do this more often. But I'm going to come back and talk about Rust. I'm going to talk about the movie Weapons. And so I'm really going to gear up and do this on Sundays, usually about the same time. Anyway, I do appreciate you. I think that's all I had to show you. Let me see before I leave. I did show you the Birdcage, didn't I? There we go. That's a funny movie. Let's see. I was a projectionist at a movie theater here in Lawrenceville, Georgia, when that came out. Let's just see. Oh, one more movie I forgot to tell you about. It's like a neo-noir classic. It's Night Moves, and this has got a Criterion release. And I'm going to pick it up back. See, Criterion has two sales. They have one in July, and the other one's going to be twice a year in November. So, but that's got Criterion release, and it's just like a neo-noir classic. And I got posters for this movie. I've got insert posters, and I've sold quite a few of them. It's just really good. You might want to check that out. Night Moves. It's what they call a neo-noir. Which here's a scene from some of Hackman's movies. The one on the horses bite the bullet. So, and I think the one in the middle is the Birdcage, where he's holding the light, and Royal Tenenbaums, and of course Popeye Doyle. So I think that's all that I had. Let me see. I want to show this again. When he was in the Marine Corps. Isn't that great? Served his country 4.5 years. Gene Hackman. Boy, he's going to be missed, isn't he? My goodness. What a great actor. I still watch his movies. Just really good actor. Anyway, thanks for watching. And have yourself a great rest of the week. And I guess I'll talk to you guys real soon, okay? And thanks for watching.